So I wanted to make two videos today. It's been kind of trending lately, and as a natural woman, I am natural, although I have this protective hairstyle on. Edges on fleek, of course, you know. But I've been natural for like a good 5 years, cutting it off all the time anyways. But there's a topic on, should you ask your spouse if you should cut your hair or not, as a natural woman? And at first, I was just like, no. Like, I came in this world alone, I'm coming out alone, so I can do whatever I want with my fro. It is what it is. But I do remember I was in this predicament back in July. I did have a really big afro, my hair was growing, but I had bad dead ends. And as a natural black girl, you know you just gotta cut them, because those dead ends just transmits to everything in your soul. You just feel damaged. You gotta cut it off. You gotta get it let loose. It's something you gotta do. And it's just kind of annoying that you have to consult with someone in order to do that. It's more than a relationship with your spouse. It's way more than that. It's about your health. If you have dead ends, or if you want to start over and not keep putting perm in your scalp, it's something that you want to deal with. But anyways, I talked to my mother about it, and she was like, you should ask your husband first. I was like, what? I was kind of lost, because she's natural too, but she pretty much said that, you know, that's your spouse. He's going to be living with you, and honestly, his opinion does matter as much. And so I asked him just to see what it was, although I knew I was gonna cut it anyways. I'm kind of stubborn like that. And then he was just like, don't cut your hair. I was just like, excuse me? I was kind of lost. I was like, I'm gonna cut it anyways, because it's damaged. As damage ends, it needs to start over. So, and when Tom and I first met, I had a short afro. Like, I think I just started. So regardless, you met me this way, it's gonna come back anyways, and it's gonna grow. I'm gonna cut it. And so you kind of deal with this dilemma, because you don't know what to do. Especially, me, I'm married, but you don't want to end up in a relationship where you cut it all off and shorty's gone the next day because he can't deal with having a spouse who doesn't have that much hair on his head. At the end of the day, you have to have a spouse who's respectful of you, who loves you regardless of the hair that's on your head. And I cannot even speak today why. I do not know. Because, honestly, we're not that fussy when it comes to men and cutting their hair. Although I do sometimes tell Tom to not cut it, but he still does anyways. You know, he's like, alright, it's my hair, I'm cutting it. So same thing goes for us, honey. If you want to cut your hair, do what you gotta do. And if he's willing to let you go because he's not really feeling your short afro, then it's time to cut people off. It's the new year. Let him go. Toodles. Bye. And hair grows. It always grows. As long as you're taking good care of it, drinking lots of water, you're good to go. But that's my answer to the question. You can ask him just to see where he stands with everything, because based on that one response from that question, if he's disrespectful towards it, it's time for you guys to sit down and understand where his head is at with being with a black woman, because there's way more to cutting off the fro. You gotta sleep with a hair cap, you gotta do deep treatments, you've gotta deal with protective hairstyles, slapping on wigs. It's a lot more to being with a black woman than just cutting it all off. So honey, if you feel like you need to cut your hair off, start a new journey, do what you gotta do, boo-boo. It's all you. You came in this world by yourself, you're gonna leave by yourself. And if your spouse loves it, even better. +1, like, even better. And honestly, you would glow. When I had a short haircut, I was just fabulous. I wouldn't mind cutting it again, but I just did in July, so I'm good to go. And later on in my videos, you'll see my afro. I might do some tutorials on basic hairstyles, because I don't do much, honestly. But subscribe. That is my response for this question that's been trending. And I'll see you another time.